Salvete. In stage 21 we meet perfect passive participles. We've already met present participles in stage 20 and we know that these are used to describe nouns as doing a verb. Before we get on to PPPs, I just want to go over the difference between active and passive, so we'll look at a couple examples. I am eating is an active sentence, whereas I am being eaten is a passive sentence. Another example, the cat is chasing the dog. This is an active sentence. The dog is being chased by the cat is a passive sentence. So the difference between active and passive is that in an active sentence, the subject does the verb. So in the first one, I am doing the eating, and in the second one, the cat is doing the chasing. However, in a passive sentence, the verb is being done to the subject. So in the first example, something is eating me, we don't know what that is. Instead, I am passively undergoing that action. In the second example, the dog is passively undergoing the chasing. He's not doing the chasing, he's undergoing it. It's being done to him. And the by the cat, that noun that is doing a passive verb, it has by in front of it in English, and that is known as the agent. And we'll look at what that looks like in Latin as well. So we're going to take what we know about the perfect, the passive, and participles to figure out what a perfect passive participle is. So we know that the perfect tense is used to describe a completed action in the past. We now know that a passive verb or a passive sentence is where the action is done to the subject. And we learnt about participles in stage 20, and their role is to describe nouns. So if we combine these three things, perfect passive participles are used to describe nouns as having had an action done to them in the past. So the action done to them comes from the passive idea, the description comes from the participle, and the past comes from the perfect. So in English, passive participles need to be translated as having been somethinged. So having been eaten, having been done, having been chased, and so on. In Latin, they're often accompanied by either a or ab plus the noun, which is the agent. So a or ab plus the noun means by something or someone. And we can recognize these perfect passive participles because they are the fourth part of the verb in a vocabulary list. So up until now, verbs have only had three parts. Now we meet the fourth and final part. So when you look up a verb in your vocab list or a Latin dictionary, you'll get four parts like this. So here, for example, we have eubeo, eubede, iussi, and iussus, and that would be given the meaning order in a dictionary. The first part is always the first person singular present form, so I do something. Eubere is the infinitive, so to order. Iussi is always the the third part is always the first person singular perfect form. Ordered, I ordered. And then finally, iussus is the PPP, having been ordered. So any Latin verb given in a dictionary that has these four parts, you'll be able to translate just like this with replacing order with the meaning of the verb as it's given to you. Not all of them have four parts, but a lot of them do. So to form a perfect passive participle, we need to take that fourth part of the verb, remove the US ending, and then add first and second declension endings. So these are exactly the same as your group 1 adjectives. Okay, they take their masculine and neuter forms from the second declension, and the feminine forms come from the first declension. This table shouldn't scare you because you already know these endings off by heart. You've just got something extra to apply them to. So just to recap the key points about perfect passive participles, translate them into English as having been somethinged. To help you recognize them, look out for a or ab plus a noun, which means by something, having been somethinged by someone is a good key indicator, and they come from the fourth part of the verb. So when you look up a verb in the vocab list, that fourth part always means having been somethinged.